If you're looking for a handful of poses that you can take with you the next time you're out in a cute location and you want to use that as a background, or maybe you're a portrait photographer who wants to keep a list of poses in their head, or you're about to go out on your next photo shoot and you want to get your bang for your buck and have poses ready to go, I have put together 7 of my go-to poses that are inspired by fashion and editorial photography and modeling, but they're easy enough for anybody to do. Before we get into those, I highly recommend you practicing in front of a mirror. I know it sounds really cheesy and a little bit vain, but this will really help you get to know your angles, know which sides you like, know what poses you like, and get to know how you take up space. I'm sure many of us have already done this, but you can actually just practice using your phone and your camera, just watching how you move, what poses you like. And again, this will seriously help you when you're out in the world and you're getting your photos done by somebody else. I also want you to consider, from a portrait photography and composition standpoint, lines that are straight up and down or side to side typically portray a structured masculine feel, and lines that are curved or triangular provoke a more feminine, soft feel. And you can take that into consideration as much or not as you want. However you want to pose, however you want to portray yourself, however you want to feel is what really matters. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that it's totally appropriate and totally okay to ask your photographer to see the photos in the camera. If you're out doing a shoot and you're trying out like a new fancy pose, but you're not really sure how it's getting portrayed in the camera, just ask your photographer, like, oh hey, can I just see that photo really quick? I want to see how I look. So the first pose I have for you is called the hug. This is great if you're feeling a little shy or just warming up to the idea of like actually posing yourself. Simply place your arms across your chest or around your arms, making sure that your shoulders are relaxed, or you can even pop one shoulder up. You can even just like turn your body toward the camera or away from the camera. This will create a really sweet and innocent feel to your look. Second pose is what I like to call the thinker. This makes you look very intellectual and very smart. So moving straight from the hug pose, you just want to lift up one arm and place your hand lightly on your cheek or underneath your chin. I use this pose quite a bit with my graduate sessions or like corporate headshots. It's a very just nice way to frame your face and your body, but I also use this in more fun editorial settings as well. It's a super easy pose and you'll feel really natural on the camera. So those are 2 of my easier poses. Getting more into the editorial side of things, I call this one I'm bored. Squat down and lean into your arms as if you were bored or waiting for somebody. Of course, you can move your arms into the hug or the thinker position. Really just place your arms where it feels natural and easy to you. Very easy pose, but it can create a lot of attitude. Next up, use your clothes. Your clothes can really benefit you, especially if you're feeling a little bit nervous about posing or being in front of the camera. Utilizing anything you're wearing into your posing can create a really candid and natural look to your photos. You can use your dress, you can use sunglasses, your hat, your pockets, you can use anything you have on you, your purse. Anything you can interact with will just bring more life and movement into your shot. If you're a photographer, this is one of my go-to poses for clients who felt really uncomfortable in front of the camera. I would even ask them to pretend to check their watch or tie their shoes, just very normal, natural things that we do to create really candid and natural photos. Kick it off is my next pose. This is great to use for active shots or celebratory events. You simply just want to kick up one leg into the air. Whoever's taking your photo, just ask them to count you off and then do a little kick. Easy enough. I've used this for graduation sessions, senior sessions, but yeah, this is just a really fun way to incorporate movement into your photos. Face framing is something that models use all the time and it always seems so effortless and chic, but if it's the first time you're doing this, it can feel kind of awkward and weird. This type of posing will definitely elevate your photos and you look so confident in them. So face framing is best used for like half body or like portrait kind of shots, not necessarily full body. Just as the name suggests, all you have to do is gently place your hands around your face. That's it. This pose really allows for a lot of experimentation. Your photographer will be obsessed with you if you do face framing, as again, a lot of models use this. Just be sure to keep your hands soft, light, and gentle. If you feel like they're tensing up, just quickly shake them out and experiment with placing them like under your face, on the side of your face, above your head, even like in your hair. A lot of fluidity here. This is one of my favorite poses as, again, it's just so effortless and so beautiful and it comes with a lot of variety. And lastly, I like to call this pose Sun in My Eyes. It's very similar to face framing, but you kind of pretend like there's like the sun's like glaring into your face. It's great to use if you're in a situation where there's direct sunlight or when it's like golden hour, just anywhere where there's a lot of sun. Just like face framing, you can get really creative with the experimentation and the variation. You simply just want to act as if you're shielding your eyes from the sun. Very chic, very fashion. And don't be afraid if you feel a little weird doing it. The more you lean into it, the better it translates in the photos. When you're posing for photos, there's kind of an element of acting. Sometimes it helps if you kind of just imagine like a scenario when you're getting your photo taken, or just like really lean into your environment. Maybe it's like a sunny beach, or I don't know, you're downtown and the lights are like gorgeous and you just like really want to enjoy and soak in that situation. Your posing will help you translate that into the photo. And posing doesn't have to be so cut and dry. You can always just experiment with these poses and come up with your own poses. Combine them, you can try out new hand placements, you can move your shoulders around. If you're hoping to expand your foundational skills and really solidify that you always look amazing in every photo you take, then I seriously recommend this video here. You definitely want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I know you're going to crush your next photo shoot, and I'll see you in the next video.